These things are so bittersweet, aren't they? They get overturned and you think, good, justice has been done. And then you think, actually, well, no, because the complexion of the game completely changed, or could have completely changed. So if you missed it this weekend, what happened was Fabian Balbuena, he was sent off, red card. He was clearing the ball. We caught Ben Chilwell afterwards on the follow-through. Studd sort of hit Ben Chilwell's leg. In slow motion, would have looked bad, obviously, much worse than in reality. But the arguments are there of what are you supposed to do with that leg. Afterwards, David Moyes was saying you need to plant your leg somewhere. So how does he land that? He's trying to clear the ball. Gabby, when you saw that whole situation, the actual act itself and the repercussions, what did you think?
So I was doing the show on Saturday with Faye after the game, and I was so angry about it when I was doing the show. I was thinking, how can that be a red card? Like, he's cleared the ball. My argument was, what if a striker was taking a shot and he scores, but his foot hits a defender who's trying to block it, and the same thing happened? Will the striker get sent off and the goal disallowed? Honestly, it was the worst decision I've ever seen. And the frustrating thing for me is that it's been rescinded. So does that say that whoever's involved in the appeal, should they be doing VAR instead?
Ali, we're seeing more and more of these things happen, aren't we? Or at least it feels like we're seeing more of them. What do you think should happen when something has been rescinded, it's affected a game, and a mistake's been made?
There's nothing you can do. I don't think there's anything you do. If somebody comes up with an idea that could all of a sudden compensate West Ham for getting a man wrongly sent off, I mean, what can you do? I mean, there's nothing you can do. West Ham have been wrongly put down to 10 men. So you can't turn back time effectively. So there's nothing you can do apart from just get rid of VAR. Why don't we just get rid of VAR, and then, you know what I mean? Just make a referee make decisions again. Do
you think the referee, so it was Chris Kavanagh and the VAR was Peter Banks. They're both back on duty this weekend, respectively. Do you feel like anything will be done with them in terms of, is someone going up to them and saying, look, you got this one wrong? There's probably, I don't know if there's obviously no punishment because they're back on duty, but what happens?
But Gab, listen, we're talking about the referee getting it wrong, which he did, absolutely. But there's somebody watching that thinking that he's made an obvious error. That's worse.
Yeah.
Well, it's maybe not worse, but it's certainly as bad, Gab.
But I felt sorry for the referee, Ali, because he's gone over to the screen to look at it, and when he's come on, he's made a little gesture to Lingard. Like, it was sort of gesture like, I've got to give this, but I don't really want to. It was that's what I got out of the gesture he made. But basically, it looked like he was being told, you know what, it's a red card, but I don't think so myself. That's what he looked like to me.
You're just taking their power away.
Exactly.
What's the point in having a referee if you're going to pull strings like he's a puppet and intervene and get it wrong? It's like, it's not what it's there for. Anyway, would you like to see players or managers involved in VAR? Would you do it, Gabby? Would you go in there? Would you go into Stockley Park? Gabby, would you think?
After one game, I'd quit probably. But I think it's an idea though, isn't it? Because I said it on the show on Saturday. I says, if you had 100 ex-players or ex-managers in VAR at that game, none of them are going to give that as a red card. I'm sure Ali probably agrees.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.